our first live drive?
Yes.
Hey everybody. And by everybody I mean 0 people.
As of now.
As of now.
But did I just get a notification? Oh no. I got a move goal achieved, but I'm just moving my hands because I'm knitting.
How do we know if there are comments?
I like to imagine that YouTube will tell us.
I like to imagine that since it's our first live drive live,
Yes.
that YouTube will give it to a lot of people to watch.
Well, I wonder if people, when they subscribe, if they automatically turn on notifications or not. And then if they don't, then...
Hey, there's 2 people.
Oh, there's 2 people.
I wonder who those 2... Well, there's 1 person.
Chat viewing. Live chat.
I wonder who those people are.
Hey there, Andy Broghorst.
All right.
Hi, Andy.
This thing's on.
It's exciting. So yeah, the question remains though, if people subscribe, would they get notified if they hadn't turned on notifications?
Probably not.
So then it's just...
But there's always just a live feed.
Andy says, you're live.
There's always just a live feed where people who don't subscribe can just be like, oh, this is live right now.
Oh, I did not know that.
Tell you what.
You know a lot more about YouTube than I do, though.
I'm going to keep my eyes on the road. I'm not going to read the comments.
I will.
But if anybody that we know, including Andy, has any comments or questions or things we should talk about.
So Andy, welcome to Falcor Van. This is our 2020 Storyteller Overland Mode 4x4. We bought it July 2020. We've put how many miles on it?
Stand by.
We'll get you a live drive live.
75,086.
75,086 miles on the vehicle since July of 2020, and Potter has done probably 65,000 of those miles with us. Pepper has also done those miles. Where are we headed? Good question. We are headed to Madison to see Todd Snyder play. I wonder, Andy, if you were at the Woolies show or not. We were not, because the tickets were sold out. So we thought, well, we have this adventure van and a love for live music, so...
And I'm playing Chicago tomorrow. So this is sort of on the way.
Jason and Mike are playing Chicago tomorrow at Hey Nani. Emma Butterworth is going to open up. We have reason to believe that show is sold out, which is pretty cool.
We have reason to believe because the venue told us that it was sold out and it was going to be a good night.
So yeah, Madison tonight for Todd Snyder with Chicago Farmer opening. We missed it. It should be a great show. Thanks. It says congrats on selling out your gig.
Thank you. Now, no pressure. It's just that you are the first and only person on our first live drive show that we plan to, if all goes well, this is something we plan to do more regularly because we've spent so much time driving in the van, and we think it might be fun to get to know our audience, our YouTube audience this way. So no pressure, but since you are our first and our only, is there a way to share YouTube live videos?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, was that a question for Andy?
Well, it was a question for you, but it was a request for Andy to share it and see if we get some more people on here.
We'll see. I actually know next to nothing about YouTube. Don't have a YouTube TV subscription. I don't sit up all hours of the night watching YouTube.
Yeah.
You can share it on your Facebook. Oh, thanks, Andy. Andy's going to share it on on his Facebook page and see if more people tune in.
And then you can share it on ours.
Andy's hangout with Emma and Jason and Potter in this knitting.
Can you share it on ours? On your phone?
Maybe, but then Andy will feel like we're not paying attention to him.
It's okay. It's a team effort, right, Andy? We're in this together. Potter looks bored.
That's just an anxious yawn.
Are you able to flip the camera around while we're doing it? Yes.
Oh yeah. Andy wonders. He says not sure if you remember, but you've shared a stage before with Andy when he plays keyboards for the Flying Marsupials.
Yes. Yes, but where did we share a stage? The Flying Marsupials. Clive After 5. Perry. Where did we share a stage? This is kind of cool. I wish this was more interesting. See, what do you say?
New Year's Eve at Embassy Suites.
Oh yeah, those were the good old days. Those were big parties, were they not? All right.
I don't know. I wasn't there for the big party.
But it's good to know we can flip it for if we have.
Use the middle lane to continue onto US 151 North.
If we have some nice scenery. Was that you or me?
That's your phone.
Oh, nice. Andy, could you just hear our...
Continue straight.
I wonder if you can hear that or if only we can hear it.
For 46 miles, continue straight.
All right, 46 miles
So
with Andy.
Did it reroute us?
Loud and clear.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, yeah, cool. So we were just thinking that this whole YouTube thing seems to be all the rage amongst everybody that isn't me, I guess. And
But you do watch some stuff on YouTube.
yeah, I know. I guess
shows?
I'm commenting on the fact that it's so funny to me that it's like the only technology platform thing that I'm like not.
It's just because you haven't found your shows yet.
Yeah.
But I probably watch more shows on TV, shows on the TV on YouTube than I do
Yes.
any of the other platforms that we have.
Yeah. I wonder if there are YouTube channels of people doing like the kind of scary stuff I like to watch on Hulu and Netflix.
I bet. Like real crime stuff?
Like I don't know. I don't really want to watch true crime live.
Well, there's not that much live on YouTube. But there's more and more.
Yeah, it's like creators and then so like maybe there's like some scary mystery shows.
Sure. Yeah.
I should check that out. Andy said, I thought I would check it out. Have to jump off for a meeting. Keep it up. Your audience will build.
Okay,
Thanks, dude.
Andy.
Happy meeting. Yes, absolutely. He says that our subscribers will check this out later to see what we were up to.
Nice.
And what we were up to was
you should
hanging out with Andy.
Show people your knitting. And we are going to get into some nicer scenery here in a little bit.
One of us was knitting a scarf. This scarf is a gift for a friend. And it's Storyteller Overland themed, as with many of my scarves these days.
I have an idea.
And this one is what I'm calling a stealth mode theme.
I love it.
Thank you.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
I feel like you should. This would be a good post for our Instagram, our Falcor Instagram.
Okay.
And maybe we even go live on there for a second on your phone and invite people to join us over here. Because like Chad and Paul, hi Chad and Paul, should know that we're following their footsteps.
Well, we should ask
live.
Chad and Paul if they turned on their notifications.
Maybe message them. But anyway, I would love to see, since this is our first time, I don't want to be too discouraged by the small audience.
I'm not discouraged.
But I would love to get some people on here for this drive for a little while. But he's right, it will live there for forever as long as we want it to, so.
Oh, check out that drivetrain. I didn't flip it fast enough for it to be a fun
It was,
thing. I'll keep working on it, guys.
A freight.
It's just the frame.
Yeah, I think of a...
Dental bill.
Yeah. That was missing a drivetrain, unfortunately. We got one person. Reveal yourself.
Reveal yourself in the comments. Please comment your name so we know who you are.
Hello, new person. This is our first live drive live broadcast. And they're gone.
They're still there. It says one.
Oh, it said 0 for a second. I gotta stop looking. I'm paying attention
you
to
need
the
to
road.
drive. Live drive. I wonder why we're calling it live drive live. I don't
we calling
understand
it drive
that.
live drive?
I have no idea, but either way, I don't understand.
Let's call it drive live drive.
Why?
I don't know. I like the way it rolls off the tongue. What do you want to call it?
I have no idea, but I don't know.
It's like it's called drive live and it is a live drive. Drive live drive.
Oh, drive live is the name of it, and then the description of it is that it's a live of our drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get into some really pretty fall color here soon.
Do you think people on YouTube Live would like to watch my face react to the fall color or the actual fall color?
They want to see your oohs and ahs. No, but as soon as we get off this 2-lane, which maybe it will be for 41 more miles. I don't know. I think maybe we missed one possible turn.
Why? Because you're live driving?
Yeah. Hey, look, there's 2 people.
Hi, guys. No, there's one.
There were 2.
Rowan. Oh. Never mind. I thought Rowan was going to tell us he was paying attention, and I was going to tell him hi, is what I was going to say. I was not going to tell him pay attention to class.
We are right now passing the National Motorcycle Museum in Anamosa, which is awesome. It's a great stop. Anamosa, Iowa, the National Motorcycle Museum. They've got Evel Knievel's motorcycles. They've got the Easy Rider motorcycles, which I've also seen at other museums, so there must be more than one. They've got super old motorcycles, super new.
Did you call it a museum?
It is a museum.
Then it makes sense why they would have super old motorcycles.
Yep. Anamosa. It's also home of a state penitentiary.
So many reasons
not
to
related.
visit.
Not related, but usually when people get locked up, they impound their motorcycles and put them in the museum. It's also home of JP Cycles, which we're passing right now, which is one of the largest motorcycle parts supplier in the country.
I didn't know that.
After Revzilla. If you're tuning into this, either live or later, this is something we think we might continue to do. If you have ideas of what might make it interesting, please share them.
Yeah, like, do you want us to plan ahead about what we're going to show and tell? Or do you want to just be along for the ride? And
you want more knitting, less knitting?
Yeah.
More road, less road? More live singing while I'm driving?
I guess that would be kind of fun. But I'm not sure that I've ever heard you sing while you were driving.
Play guitar.
No, you definitely cannot. But I guess I could drive live.
Yeah. Next time.
While you hold a guitar in my face.
Yeah.
We all have our strengths.
I think the idea behind some of these live videos, and I don't want to scare you, or you, the viewing audience, is that they last a long time. That's what YouTube wants you to do.
They last a long time, like you just keep rolling, or like they stay on your page.
No, like you just keep rolling.
And you just hope that people show up.
4 hours.
Oh, we could live drive live every time we're Totally.
We could, but we might get tired of it. But I think that's what YouTube wants. So that, what was the guy 30 in a wake up that had a storyteller for about a month? He would do live like almost every day for 8 hours. Hold on, that might not be accurate. He would do live almost every day. He would do long broadcasts, and there was one, I think, that I saw that was like 8 hours long. We probably won't do that, but we might do multiple for a while if it can be interesting. Like, we should just find interesting topics to debate.
I absolutely do not want to start debating you on things.
Wait, I want to.
We don't debate.
But I want to start debating.
But we don't really debate anything.
You're saying you don't want to start debating?
No.
So why do you not want to debate?
Because I was into speech when I was in college. Not debate.
I'm just saying, you realize this is a debate.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in this case, I feel like I'm actually just advocating for myself in our marriage.
Let's find. How about this? So we've had some topics that we want to discuss in agreement.
We could have discussions. I would love to discuss things with you. I just don't want to.
That we agree about or that we disagree about?
Well, that doesn't matter.
Oh.
I just don't want to be like, okay, let's turn on YouTube and get in an argument. that doesn't sound good at all. But we could ask people what sort of topics they would like us to discuss, or we could ask folks to submit questions, like somebody might say, what's your favorite song to listen to when you're traveling?
Yes. You know what we should do?
And I would probably say Camper Van by Jason Wall-Smith Storyteller.
We should message our YouTube friend who suggested this to us.
2 people tuned in.
Tell her that we are on it.
She probably knows.
And ask her for tips. And if there's any way there's 2 people on here.
That's what I just said.
1, 2.
Oh, now there's 1. People might ask us, what do you have on your dash right now? And I would say, thanks for asking. I have 2 pumpkins that my nephew Eddie, with his mom, who happens to be my best friend Jess, grew.
If she was your best friend, she'd be
and
tuned in right
chose.
now.
But again, she's probably didn't turn on notifications when she subscribed, and then therefore she would not know that we're
That's
live,
fair.
drive live. So 2 pumpkins. And then this was the first thing that we purchased for our van. This is a little Cocopelli statue, and we purchased him in New Mexico shortly after we purchased the Storyteller Overland Mode. This person says, I subscribed because I saw your van parked at Buc-ee's. Oh, awesome.
Ah, look at this. I'm eating some Buc-ee's trail mix. Classic. I was just thinking, I wish there was a Buc-ee's
Everywhere.
anywhere near us right now, so we could stop in for some fuel and some snacks and some beverages.
Some brisket sandwiches and some soft clothing.
Yes. I bet if you were wearing your Buc-ee's onesie right now, we would have a lot more viewers.
We would have a lot more viewers. Well, next time you see us at Buc-ee's, please be sure to say hello. And next time you're at Buc-ee's, if you could pick up some cinnamon yogurt pretzels and send them to us, that would be great. So this is our alien that we got in Roswell, New Mexico, probably like a year and a week ago. When we were driving through Roswell, and we went to the Invasion Station, and a local artist paints these, and this is the one that we chose. And he's got a magnet, and he used to be magneted to our fridge, but then we got a new fridge, and it's not magnetable. So now he's on the dash.
Magnetable. I'm curious which Buc-ee's you saw our van. Was it one in Alabama?
He said, I thought he said New Mexico. Or no, something that started with an N. Could you submit that again? YouTube has hidden your comments.
I think if you swipe one way or swipe the other, comments stay.
Oh, I found it. New
Braunfels. So like
yes.
right by
Thank you.
San Antonio. After the F1 race, it was nighttime. I was so worried that they wouldn't have food out at like 9:30 at night, but they did.
Do they have like lots of really good fresh stuff?
Yep.
Were there still people there
Yep.
like chopping it up? And
Yep.
that's so cool. Buc-ee's is a great place.
But it was packed with F1 fans, so it might have been that they knew there was going to be a late rush. I don't know.
Well, I'd like to tell everybody that Jason and my stepson Mitchell brought me back a Buc-ee's brisket sandwich from that trip, and that's real love.
That's right.
Also, here's our last random dude that sits on the dash. Okay, West says, "Yep, saw you at Buc-ee's during the day, I believe." Oh, sweet! Thank you so much. They saw the name on the van and subscribed.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, anyway, this is a llama. I'm super into alpacas these days. Ever since we got our van, we stayed at a lot of alpaca farms through Harvest Hosts. We were having a really crappy drive, and we were having difficult times like finding any good stops when I purchased this, because I decided that it would be what would make our crappy drive, crappy stops better, and I bought him, and it did. Even though I probably paid a little too much for him at a gas station, but he's made in Peru, and he sits on the dash. When was this? This was probably like a year or so ago. This person, West, says, "Are you gonna explore out west, maybe Salton Sea or anything West Texas?"
We definitely hope to explore more out west. We've done a little in West Texas, and we do hope to make it. We haven't done anything in California yet, so we're based in the Midwest, and we come home half the time, and so it makes it really hard to get that far away, but I'm sure we will.
Yeah, we've been to 40 states,
We
I think.
have 4 viewers now.
Oh, sweet. Hey, viewers.
This is really picking up.
So we've been to 40 states in the last 16 months. And funny enough, one of the states we haven't been to is California.
Yeah,
But we've been to Florida like 5 times.
That is weird. I know 3 different groups or people that want to host a show in California if we just make it to California. So just need to get it on the list.
Yeah.
Make a plan.
We thought we were going to California, but then the Stowe Nation New Year's Eve event got switched from California to Las Vegas. So now we're going to Vegas, baby.
Going to Vegas. 30 miles outside Vegas or something. Or 300 miles or something, right? Something
Like
far enough away that
an
we have to
hour
carry
outside
extra
of
fuel
Vegas.
because we won't be able to fuel up on our expedition.
Yeah.
You should show them the plan. It's also on the dash.
I don't want to.
Yeah, are you keeping secrets from our viewers?
No, that plant is dead.
Yeah.
I don't want to show
We usually
people
have 2
plants that are
plants.
dead. They said, "You gonna check out Area 51 or anything?" That's always part of my hope. Did you want me to show them the alien again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always want to go to those sort of things. I don't know why I'm really into aliens, but I am. It's getting more intense in my older years here. I watched X-Files a lot when I was growing up, but then when we went to Roswell, and that was super fun, and talked to the guy that owns the Invasion Station, and he's been in that area since he was born, and it's just really neat to like hear everybody's stories and the lore associated with potential alien impact and interaction. So anyways, I bought a green wooden alien for our backyard.
I wish they could see
I wish.
they could see your knitting a little bit better.
Well, I'll show them, but the important part is I'm admitting to you that I have a green wooden alien statue in my backyard. Howdy, guys.
Who said that?
I can't read it. Kurt Kasky.
Curdy Bob. I love
Curdy
it.
Bob coming in hot from the Caribbean of Nebraska.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Curdy Bob, this is our first live broadcast from our mobile device because we just achieved 500 followers on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And so we were given the idea, since we drive so much, that we should start doing some live broadcasts from our drive. So we're calling it, for now, Emma's not really sold on it, but we're calling it Drive Live, Live Drive.
Yeah, but I'm not entirely sure if I put on this video live drive, drive live, or drive live, live drive.
Either way.
So this is Potter. He's a 4-year-old English setter that always wishes he could snuggle me.
There's probably going to be people that say he should be in a seatbelt. They do ride in their kennels a lot.
Some people would probably say you should have both hands on the wheel. No hands on the setter.
Oh, this is very Iowa.
Potter, you get back, please.
So right now we're on Highway 151, which is a 4-lane, obviously, and not that picturesque, but we're getting into a very picturesque part of Iowa, the driftless area of northeast Iowa, southwest Wisconsin, northwest Illinois. So hopefully it'll just keep getting prettier, and I'll keep giving you glimpses. As it does.
Tell us that it was just Potter's butt. Kurt Kasky says, nice. We just had our Wi-Fi hooked up. Oh, excellent.
That's awesome.
Just in time to tune in. Curdy Bob, we would like to come play a show and also just hang out and spend time at your new location. So this
Does your driveway have a flat spot? That's the question. That's like the question I ask everyone that I want to come visit.
Does your driveway have a flat spot?
Yeah, a level, I mean.
Hey, y'all got a flat spot?
Hey, we got one thumbs up.
Oh, great. Thanks.
I bet it was Curdy Bob. He's kind of a thumbs up guy.
Curdy Bob says, yes, our driveway has a flat spot and an RV hookup.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. We'll stay there for days. We're nervous. I'm nervous about the lake that you just moved to because when we stopped there and camped our first time, there were a ton of sandburrs, and I'm wondering if that was just because of where we chose to park, which was not directly on the beach, but instead like up towards the parking lot campground area. And I'd just like it if you would confirm for me, Pretty Bob, whether or not that is just a feature of that lake, or if it is only a feature of the spot where we parked.
So just to be clear, you're not asking
sandburrs
him to make sure he clears all the sandburrs from our parking area at his house.
No, I'm saying that when we go to the lake with him, I'm nervous about going to the lake with him if that lake just has sandburrs because that's just a feature of that lake. Because then that means that it's no bueno for the dogs.
Hey, Curdy Bob, have you been to the Chinese restaurant in Ogallala yet?
I was trying to not say anything that would tell people where he lives.
Oh.
That's why I just kept calling it the lake.
The lake.
And the lake where he lives.
Well, I think people would like...
Now we've outed...
the Chinese restaurant in Ogallala, Florida.
I already said Nebraska.
Oh, I was trying not to say the state.
Oh, I didn't know. Gritty Bob says they call them stickers around here. And they're all over. Damn it. I mean, darn it. I mean, whoops. Yeah. Okay. Well, apparently that just means that Pepper and Potter are gonna need some boots.
All right, this is kind of pretty. It's still 4-lane, but the lights getting nice. Northeast Iowa is big dairy farm territory. Although that straight ahead, I think, is probably more likely a hog farm. But
Pretty Bob says, I just saw the Chinese restaurant in Ogallala. Says it's been open for 30 years. Yeah, man, it is so good.
yeah, we had a really magical evening there one time.
And then my parents have eaten there. Have we been there only once, or did we go back for a second?
I think only once. I wanted to go again.
We just needed
Driven
a
by it
friend to
again.
move to
Yeah.
Ogallala. We're being open and honest about his location because now he's typing about it.
So this is Cascade, Iowa.
If we get really big on YouTube Live, people could start a game counting how many times you go in and out of the lane.
That'd be fun. Be like a drinking
Which would
game.
be like,
Every time you hear this,
that's funny, the one time that you're trying to get into it.
I like to use all of my lane.
I know.
And I know if there's cars around me, then I'm more centered. So now there's a car coming. Eventually. I don't know what it is though. Is it a new Highlander? Weird.
Yeah.
I don't like the new Highlander. Officially. Hope Toyota's not
Officially.
watching.
Well, you like other Toyotas.
Yeah, I love Toyota.
I saw somebody posted the other day about like wanting big car companies to start releasing their older cars, but just with new technology. And that seems like a really smart idea. I mean, do you think that people that appreciate the older body styles is just such a niche that it's not worth pursuing?
No, I think it totally is, but I think that a lot of stuff that the car companies do doesn't make logical sense like that. But the new Ford Bronco is a great example of that, you know. But then when Toyota tried to do it with the FJ Cruiser,
Yeah.
I don't think they really nailed that. So
I saw a
part of
photo
it's
today where
execution.
they were comparing the FJ Cruiser to an old FJ, and everybody's comments were like, yeah, those aren't the same.
Yeah.
But like the photo, they were like, see how they carried forward this feature into this one, and as far as I could tell, all the comments were like, yeah, if that's what they were trying to do, that's not what they did.
Yeah, and if you just take it as its own standalone vehicle, it totally has a place and a purpose, and it's
Sure.
like great for certain things. But if you take it as a modern FJ40, then it's like the instant. But
Yeah.
the Bronco, as far as I can tell so far, I think looks very similar. It looks like a modern version of a classic.
Yeah.
vehicle. They definitely have done that over the years. I mean, the Beetle's a good example. They didn't have a Beetle for a long time. They brought that back.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Does anyone have a modern classic car? Any of this huge audience right now? There's 4 of you. Not that I'm counting. I'm driving.
I just really wish that I could get an FJ that was,
They can take the top off.
yeah, that it was like, this is an FJ, this is how it looks. It looks exactly like it did when it was made brand new in the 70s. Except that it's got all
Fuel
these
injection.
brand new, yeah, like
Disc
features.
brakes.
Like I don't want them to, for me personally, I don't want any sort of like, and here's our innovative
But there's not.
spin on the look. I just want to be like, this is a really cool car, and people like them, and now it's available to the mass market, and you don't have to be somebody who's in a position to buy it and restore it. You can
So
just,
what features would you want? Like, do you want airbags? You want analog brakes?
Yeah.
You do? But we've already we like
Can I
discussed.
have those things in an FJ that looks like an FJ, like Paul's?
No, I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. But we discussed with Bill Burke, the foremost expert in 4x4 overlanding, that
Bill Burke, Four Wheeling America.
How disc brakes sort of take away your ability to control things. How traction control takes away your ability to control things.
Oh, I see.
So do you really want it?
We might not. I mean, I've already accepted that if we ever get an FJ old school one, it'll be the vehicle that I learn how to drive a stick shift in.
Nice. Oh man, I should have turned the camera on. I just missed a combine coming down the road. That's a very Iowa thing that I want to show you guys. So next time I see one, I'll show you. Can you pull up maps on your phone so I know how far we are on this road? So we know we got our friend Curdy Bob on here. Who are the other 4 people watching? One's our Bucky's friend. Or do people like to watch YouTube Live anonymous? Probably. But say hello and tell us where you're at if you want to.
What's the name of the theater?
Barrymore Theater. We're headed to the Barrymore B. We're headed to the Barrymore Theater in Madison, Wisconsin, to go to a Todd Snyder show. On the way to a show in Chicago tomorrow night. Who Todd Snyder's playing in Chicago tomorrow night too. But I have a show
But
there.
you know he's not
so
playing too? All the people at your sold out show.
That's right.
He's probably got a sold out show too. Those people are probably bummed out that they're missing your show.
Probably.
Oh? I'm from around South Padre Island, Texas.
Spring break. Does South Padre allow boondockers? Is that where you can like drive out on the beach and just camp right on the beach, South Padre? We haven't done that yet. I mean, we have done it on an anonymous lake in either Florida or Nebraska. But we didn't actually
The Caribbean
camp
of
on the
Nebraska.
beach because we were a little afraid we'd get stuck, which I know is lame, but it's true.
But we arrived in the middle of the night. We'd never been there before, and we had not done off-roading classes with Bill Burke, Four Wheeling America. Oh man.
Yeah, this is a nice little farmstead.
West says, yep, you can drive out on the beach. You should bring your rig and park on the beach next to the SpaceX rockets. Okay. We will absolutely do that.
That sounds
We do
awesome.
need to spend more time in Texas. We have some friends that have reached out wanting to book gigs and stuff.
Yeah, we have at least 2 backyard shows in the Dallas area that we want to do. Thought you might like those cows. Which view do you want us to keep it on for the most part? This view?
In 10 miles, keep left onto US 61 North toward Dubuque.
Be careful with your answer, it could hurt our feelings. Or do you want it to be mostly the scenery? This scenery is just a little bit, when we hit Highway 61, it'll get a little better, I think.
Yeah, I think it just depends on if there's something to be seen or not.
Yeah. Is that Pepper sitting back there? No, that's Potter.
Pepper's laying next. Pepper's sleeping. So you're telling me, okay, I would have to give up some things. What could I have airbags in?
No.
But would it have to be
Wait,
just a mild change?
Are we theorizing about, are we designing a new modern came from the manufacturer
Yes.
vehicle that looks like an old vehicle, or
Yes.
Or are we talking about like a new Legend 4x4 where
No.
it is an old vehicle that they put modern things
No,
in?
I'm talking about my wish that these companies would release old school vehicles with modern amenities. And maybe the answer that I'm learning is that it's not very possible. But like, could I have a mild alteration to an FJ from that's body style is like a 74 that gets me airbags but does not turn it into an FJ Cruiser?
I don't know. I don't think so,
could
because
they maintain the,
look at all this space they have to have for airbags.
yeah.
That in a true classic Land Cruiser is just like metal. It's just like there. That's what I would. And think about
Well,
how
I'm
much
only
plastic
thinking
there
about
are.
airbags because I know that my mom would be worried.
Well, just tell her we're driving slow and we're being careful. Oh, there's a big combine. It's too far out of our field of view for you to see though. Curdy Bob, I know the Iowa scenery is old stuff for you, but somebody, for instance, who's watching on South Padre Island, they might like to see some Iowa scenery. So I'm thinking that like between here and Dubuque, in about 6 miles, we'll be on a different highway, and it should get a little twistier and a little prettier, I think. I mean, this is pretty.
It is pretty. Know what else is pretty? Storyteller Overland Mode 4x4.
Nice.
It actually
That was
doesn't look
your-
that bad.
That was your segue into telling people what we're driving in.
Yeah. I've never been to Iowa, but I do love silos and fields. Oh, well then. Feast your eyes on these fields and over yonder, those silos.
Potter wants to see. Oop, there's a big tractor on the highway.
Oh, yep, coming up at us. Here, stay back. That's who we share the road with here. It's pretty cool.
There's the sheriff.
Is a chip in our windshield that we got at like exactly the 50,000 mile mark. We got to 50,000 miles and we were celebrating how fun that was to watch the odometer turn over to 50K, and probably at 50,003 miles we went from cheering to like,
still a big celebration.
Oh crap!
Oh, we just passed Trappist caskets. Trappist caskets, which
That
is a
doesn't sound
monastery.
fun.
It's a monastery where they build wooden caskets, like old school wooden caskets. I think it's pretty cool. If I was gonna ask you to have you buried, I would have you get me a Trappist casket. But instead, I want you to just carry them out around my ashes in your van.
Do you think that you have to be able to pronounce it in order to get one?
Trappist caskets.
There you go, you got it.
I got it. What's this big rig? Here you go. You hear a lot about fertilizing, chemical fertilizers. Here is an anhydrous ammonia truck.
Okay, it says in 4 miles you're going to take 61 north.
Got it. Oh shoot. Okay, we'll turn her back around if it gets more interesting. 3.6 miles.
So, Potter is always trying to get up here because he thinks he should be able to sit on my lap. No. We are bonded buddies, so I understand. But we got him a very nice van with a 6'4" bed right there for him to snuggle, so But he's a little extra right now because it's hunting season and he feels it in his bones.
You keep seeing these.
He's been watching the fields looking for pheasant. Hey, stop. I taught him how to shake when we first got him because I thought that was cute. And now he overuses the skill. Mostly just with me. Bossing me around.
Oh, drink.
Get back. Get back. This is not safe. But it is cute. So, when we run out of things to say, do we just sit quietly doing an 8-hour live stream?
No, I think if and when there's a bigger audience, then they ask questions and we talk to the audience. I think it's mostly about talking to the audience. Would you agree, audience? But in these early days,
Keep going down.
when we only have 3, and one of them is our friend.
I would say
I do
they're
have a
all
que-
our friends.
I do have a question for Curdy Bob, though. When is elk season? Curdy Bob. Whoa, this is pretty. Look at that. Now we got some limestone bluffs. Got some fall color. This is...
In 1 mile, keep left onto
left
US
onto
61
US
north
61
toward
north.
Dubuque.
Gang's all here.
So this is where they call the driftless region, because it's where the glaciers did not. The glaciers kind of missed this area, and so it becomes, after all the miles and miles of flat and just soil, no rocks.
Continue straight. Then use the left 2 lanes to keep left onto US 61
This
north
area.
toward Dubuque.
Has,
Curdy Bob says he just got back from elk hunting.
oh man, I was hoping I could get an invite this year. Maybe I can get an invite next year. 61 north.
Use the left 2 lanes to keep left onto US 61 north toward Dubuque.
So what else about this area? What is it? It has to do with fly fishing, right? Which I'm...
Well, this is the only part
Into?
of the state of Iowa that has native trout. Native brook trout, I believe.
brook trout.
Because it has these cold streams, cold water streams. And now they're stocked and managed, which is awesome. They're not like streams and rivers out west. They're just little streams and rivers.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder if that would make me a better or worse fly fisher.
Well, it's challenging to cast when there are trees and bushes all around you on a little stream. But if you're not too worried about big casting, you just flick lines into little streams.
Yep,
It can be great. Plus, you love Decorah.
I do. And Young Ma told me I'm the best bender she's ever seen.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to do a lot of bending. Is that too bouncy, you guys? Ooh, there's a big note.
So Curdy Bob says that he'll take you elk hunting anytime. Wes says, LOL, don't give up, you guys. You'll get there on YouTube. I'll surely watch when I see you two on. Look into getting a unstoppable domain so you can receive crypto tips.
Whoa. Okay.
Crypto tips?
Look into getting an unstoppable domain so we can get crypto tips.
Yeah, unless for some reason I just... Let me double check my reading on that.
You just said like 5 words in a row that we don't.
Unstoppable domain so you can receive crypto tips. Crypto tips, I
guess.
think, are like cryptocurrency, or they're like hard to understand secrets.
Oh yeah. You want us to get an unstoppable domain so you can give us some tips in the form of advice. Okay, we will look into that. We will Google those words and see what comes up.
I'm gonna Google West says unstoppable domain crypto tips.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you and Curdy Bob could do like an 8-hour live stream of elk hunting.
I think maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, Curdy Bob, but I think we would probably leave the phones at the camp. Well, no, we probably have them in case of emergency, but they probably don't work there, number one. Number two, we would use that time to unplug for the most part. Oh, yeah. What town is this? Lakokota. Lakokota is known for its caves. There's like tourist caves where you can go take tours, but then there's also state parks where you can just wander around in caves by yourself. Like natural caves.
And what's that weird one that we saw? Do you remember?
Spook Cave.
Like spook? Is that what it's called? Spook?
Yeah. Well, we just passed one that said Crystal Cave. I think there's caves that have ice in them. That looked like my old BMW motorcycle that just went by.
The one that we currently have?
No, not my old one, but the one that I had recently.
One that John Stenberg has?
Yes. Yeah.
I like to call it John Stenberg's motorcycle.
Yeah. Have you made any knitting progress?
Yeah, I have.
I bet you guys, I know this might get boring and you should feel no pressure to stay on here, but I bet if we stay on here past 5 o'clock, there'll be more people. Oh wait, people work from home now.
We're gonna live drive. No, at 5 o'clock, people are gonna be doing their own live drive. We'll need to. I don't know. That feels like a long time from now.
I don't know, maybe. But it's just I think it's gonna get to be kind of cool scenery here in a little bit. Oh. Mines of Spain. What's the Mines of Spain? We just passed a sign for Mines of Spain. Dubuque Downtown District. Yeah, this is... Okay, stick with us. This is a pretty cool thing. We go over the Mississippi. It is pretty cool. Yeah, so right now we are in the four corners of, not really, three corners. We're where Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin all come together. And we're going to cross into, I don't think we're going to be in Illinois at all, even though we can see it from here. Though we're going to cross into Wisconsin. It used to be, back in our drinking days, that if you got to this point, you crossed over into Wisconsin, you could get yourself some New Glarus beer. Because it's only sold in Wisconsin, and it is good.
It is good.
Spotted Cow.
They really ought to do an alcohol-free version of any of their beers, and I will buy enough to make it a good choice. Ideally Spotted Cow, though. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Although,
is this view too bouncy, you guys? It seems kind of bouncy, but it's going to be worth it here in a minute. Although what?
I was just going to say, I think the Athletic Brewing Company's cream ale is pretty similar to Spotted Cow.
Yeah, I think you might be on something. Did we bring any good NA craft beer with us on this trip?
I hoped that there might still be some in our fridge. So maybe.
Are you writing a new song? Look at this. This is pretty.
Beautiful.
Look at those leaves glowing on the side. The bluffs. Oh man, you three viewers are so lucky that you're tuned in at this point to see this old river town of Dubuque. I wish we had time to take them into Dubuque. I really like the town of Dubuque. it's like really preserved a lot of the historic parts of the town. It's one of the first cities in Iowa because of the river trade, the railroad. It has the world's shortest, steepest railroad, also known as a funicular, because all the nice big houses were up on that bluff, and then all the people worked down in the town, and they didn't want to have to walk up all those steps.
I get that.
So now we are officially on the Great River Road, the road that follows along.
Use the right 2 lanes to merge onto Great River Road North.
In this case, we're just crossing it.
Red
But-
light. Curdy says, this is the first time I've ever been to the Three Corners. Oh,
Really?
welcome.
Well, I'm glad we could offer you this cool thing.
I think you and Karina would really enjoy it here.
As you see up on the left is the Hotel Julian. It's like a historic, I think originally 1850s hotel that's had like presidents and dignitaries and
Have you guys stayed there?
yeah, and we've stayed there.
Rock band.
We stayed there with the McCulloughs on a motorcycle trip.
Oh, yeah.
I stayed there with John Stenberg when I came up here for a gig. But a lot of famous people have stayed there back in the day. There's a
It's
riverboat to the right. There's a Mississippi River Museum here and aquarium. It's really cool. Man, now I wish we were staying in Dubuque.
We always wish we were staying in Dubuque. Wait, is Dubuque... Wait,
I'm waiting.
is it Dubuque or is it Davenport where our Campers Inn is going to be located?
Davenport.
Okay, well, I'm really excited about that too.
I haven't heard from them in a while.
We like Davenport, right?
Yeah.
Cool. What else is in Davenport?
Davenport is the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that where is this where the River Music Experience is? Or
no,
is it?
that's in Davenport.
Okay, there. So the River Music Experience is in Davenport. So it's one of my favorite venues, and that means that we love Davenport, and that's where our Campers Inn RV that we're buying our Storyteller Overland Mode LT is located, is Davenport. And yes, I oftentimes get Davenport and Dubuque mixed up.
Well, they do both start with D.
Yep, and they're
They're both on the
pretty
Mississippi
long,
River.
They're both pretty long words too.
They're both on the far eastern side of the state, on the border.
Yep. On the river.
And that's about it.
They're both beautiful.
So this next bridge is like we've already been over by the Mississippi, but now it winds around, and then this is actually the border. So this next bridge will be going into Wisconsin. I bet nobody's really talked
And over.
about Wisconsin on a YouTube live video and given it so much, made it seem so important.
Well, without talking about sports, I guess.
Yeah. There's the sign, Mississippi.
We're crossing over
gosh,
the
look at
mighty
those trees.
Mississippi.
The old mud. It's pretty cool.
Never noticed that there's a building over there. It looks like those people live in a castle on the Mississippi.
That's cool. I don't know. That might be a good ending for our first. Potter is interested in Wisconsin. Well, we're coming up on the Wisconsin sign. It's a lot like the Colorado sign. Curry Bob. We usually They like to stop on the border here in Wisconsin and buy smoked fish.
Prairie du Chien. Valley cheese.
That's worth looking up. How about the House on the Rock? That's worth looking up.
Or it's worth not looking up and just making a
don't
trip
look it up.
there.
I take it back.
Yeah.
Stop Googling it right now.
Just go.
Just go to the House
Just
on the
go
Rock.
and see what sort of trauma you can have.
See what sort of... see how blown your mind is.
Hilarious.
Man, I'm really impressed with these 3 people for sticking with us this long.
Alright.
Yeah, should we wrap it up? Show of hands. You can't show your hands, so you just have to give us a thumbs up or something. But it seems like a good place to end. Potter.
He's so cute. Get back. Aww. Alright, so to recap, we're going to see Todd Snyder tonight, and we're going to Chicago tomorrow.
Oh, that reminds me.
And Curdy Bob says see you guys later.
Since we're going to Todd Snyder tonight, if you're on Instagram, check out our Falcor Van Instagram channel. I attempted to play a Todd Snyder song this morning called Can't Complain.
And I think you're going to keep attempting it and start playing it.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Todd Snyder tonight, the Nadas at Hey Nani in Chicago tomorrow. Playing a pop-up in Cincinnati at a van outfitter on Saturday, solo. So if you know anybody in Cincinnati, spread the word.
Engine 13.
That's about it. Thanks for tuning in to our first ever live drive. See, you say it.
Live, drive, drive, live.
No, other way.
Driving, live, living, drive. Drive, live, drive.
Yeah, see, didn't that feel good?
I'm not sure.
All right, well, so we might change the name of it, but we plan to do some more live streaming of our driving.
Ah, Andy's back. I hope you had a good meeting.
Use the right 2 lanes to continue onto US 61
Since you came back, Andy, we'll show you. Oh man, this is not that cool right here. We just drove through Dubuque, and it actually looked really cool.
Continue straight.
Yeah, so we're gonna hang up now. Gonna let you guys go. Get back to whatever you need to do. Hope you have a great. Andy loves Dubuque. That makes
Me too.
sense. So anyways, hope you guys have a great night. And if you need to get a hold of us, just send us a message here on YouTube or on the old Instagram.
Can people send messages on YouTube?
I don't know. I really don't know almost anything about YouTube.
I don't think so.
So go over to Falcor Van.
Until we have the community tab.
Falcor Van on Instagram. FALKORVAN. And sorry, buddy. And anyway, we'll keep you in the loop, and we'll do this again sometime.
Bye.
See ya.